Hello everyone, welcome to the episode of Double Ranging Rook that many of my viewers love to talk about. Double Ranging Rook is very unique because basically it represents mirror reversed like positions of static rook and can be very aggressive from the beginning. So let's dive into it. First one, like I said, this is about opening, and we are only a few moves into it, and White has just made a blunder, leaving this pawn unprotected. And how are you gonna punish it? Well, this might be a first option that comes to your mind, but he will be able to protect by moving forward by the silver, and there is no follow-up. And instead of this this is going to be a better move. He has to protect this pawn by the rook, then now it's blocking his own silver, so now it can go forward, right? Then you can move to the right one more square, then it's very difficult to protect this pawn, and this is going to be the only option. But then you can take this pawn, securing these major pieces, and you're going to be better. Okay, next one, that's your turn. I mean black's turn, and it's tempting to move your rook to the left immediately, right? But then he can push his rook pawn to offer pawn exchange next, and there will be no way to avoid it. If you don't like pawn exchange, instead of this, you can develop your silver. I know this video is about double ranging rook, and it looks like you are giving up the opportunity, right? Don't worry, you can just keep moving. If he does this, you can push this pawn, and now you know what's coming, right? You can develop your silver to form a Yagura like formation. Then you can move your rook to the side. Then you can just keep developing these generals to form better formation. Now you successfully building defense around second file, and he is unable to exchange pawns because of this silver. Okay, next one. This time it's white's turn, and black has just made a blunder, and can you guess what it is? It is this one, the silver 2-8. This kind of movement is too soon because white can still go for a static rook, right? And yes, that's right. This time you can change your plan and go for static rook like this, because this silver is working as a wall, right? And if you go for static rook, black is gonna be forced to brace for the impact from the left, and also black has to develop these generals to build a better defense against against the side attack, right? But it's gonna take a while. So this in this position, white is already better. Okay, next one. If you have been following me, you may have come to the similar position. I talked about how you exchange pawns in double ranging rook matches, and if you are thinking about pawn exchange, this might be a good timing, because if you drop your pawn right here to kick the rook, he will be able to defend this this rank, right, and you are unable to exchange pawn, you're gonna miss the opportunity. So this type of movement might come to your mind first, but this is not the best because there is a better move right here. Or white has just exchanged pawn, right? And you can drop it, but not here. And instead of here, you can drop a pawn on the 5th rank to trap this rook, and there is nowhere for this rook to go to, and it's going to be taken. So this is correct. Okay, next one. This pawn push might have come to your mind, but it's a little passive, and ideally you should be able to keep your turn as long as possible to take advantage of your opponent's weakness. And there is a better move. Instead of this pawn push, look where his rook is positioned right here, and this bishop withdrawal is great because it's attacking this rook, and he has to move back, and you can develop your bishop to look at this lance. And now your bishop is positioned on the better diagonal, and it's very difficult for black to defend against it because there is no pieces along the way, right? And next, this pawn push is great, so his king is stuck. He can go this way or this way, so it's going to be good for you. Okay, next, this is going to be the easiest one for you to find. You can easily punish this poor rook by just one move, and that is this pawn push. You can just offer bishop exchange. Since this rook is loose, once bishop exchange happens, it's going to be good for you because he has empty space for piece drop. If he moves back, he's gonna lose tempo, so it's better for you. Even if he refuses like this, that's okay. You can push this pawn to offer the exchange and recaptures, then you can calmly move back. And next, your plan would be to develop this pawn and this edge pawns, then bishop to focus on this, the edge. You can also, for example, offer silver exchange. His bishop is a box, right? So he will have to push this edge pawn to reactivate his bishop, but this move is faster. If he accepts it, again, there is empty space for piece drop, so he has to keep defending, but you can keep attacking, so automatically it's gonna take you to a better position. And even this silver exchange is declined, that's okay because you can still take over this file. Then you can possibly develop this bishop and knight to pile up on this square, so you have more options. Alright, next one. This is white's turn. As you can see, black is attacking this pawn. So if you simply drop a pawn to kick this rook, he's gonna gain this pawn. Now his pawn exchange tactic is successful, but if you know just one trick, it's not gonna happen. That is this simple pawn push. It might look weird because you are still giving away one pawn, right? But if he takes it, gold develops. He has to move back. Then you can trap this rook by dropping a pawn right here. He can't go to the side and move back because this pawn drop is great. Since this pawn push is great, this type of pawn exchange tactic doesn't work, and this is what I'm skeptical about, and this is not something I was talking about in the previous pawn exchange video. So yeah, because of this pawn push. So if your opponent ever launches this type of pawn exchange, always remember to push this king's head pawn, then you will be good to go. Alright, I hope you find this video helpful and start liking double ranging rook more. I'm gonna talk about middle game tactics for double ranging rook next time as well. So until then, bye for now, and thanks for watching.